Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Fortnite In Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be comparing pump and tactical shotguns to help you choose the right one to win the most engagements. I will let you know that a little bit of this gameplay is older and does include double pump. The double pump strategy of having two pump shotguns and swapping back and forth between them to indefinitely shoot without having to cock them has been nerfed, thank goodness, though you may see a little bit of it here in the gameplay. The double pump was ultimately a broken gameplay feature. It was an interesting sort of high skill strategy, but it sort of broke down the game to be able to output that much damage that quickly. And there are a lot of people that play Fortnite that have very strong opinions on pump versus tac shotguns. Most of the pro players and very high level streamers will center around the pump shotgun and say anything else is trash. However, there are a lot of streamers and more casual players or people that are just tired of getting BS that'll very heavily rely on the tactical shotgun because it shoots faster. However, I want to let you know that there is no right choice, and that whichever one you choose should be based on your playstyle. You can be comfortable and you can perform very well with each one because they both deal a ton of damage. Now that we're talking about actual stats, let's get right into it. Shotgun stats are changed by rarity only in terms of damage and reload time. The reload times aren't very major at all, so we're not even going to talk about them today. We're mostly going to focus on damage because that is changed by rarity, though I do admit not that much. All shotguns have 8 pellets and they don't seem to headshot individually. For instance, if I shoot you and you get 6 pellets hitting the body and 2 pellets hitting the head, it'll either count all 8 to the body or all 8 to the head, just kind of depending on what the engine does. And there doesn't seem to be a very consistent logic to how it calculates headshots. And they calculate total damage in pellets in a funny way that has sort of fractional numbers. I'm not entirely sure what they've done with their engine, but today we're going to focus on total damage for the sake of my sanity. Now we're finally at stats after 2 minutes of nonsense. Pump shotgun total damage is 90 for the gray pump shotgun and 95 for the green shotgun. I'm sure that most of you knew this, and you also probably know that they can one-shot kill you because pump shotguns have a 2.5x headshot multiplier. So even the gray pump shotgun will deal 225 damage for a headshot with all pellets, and the green one will deal 237 damage to the head if you hit all of your pellets, which is just an astonishing amount of damage, and both of those can one-shot you instantly regardless of how much health you have. Tactical shotguns people are a little bit less familiar with on the damage, so I'm going to slow down on these. A green tactical shotgun will deal 67 damage to the body if all of your pellets hit. A blue one will deal 70 damage to the body if all of your pellets hit, and a purple one will deal 74 to the body if all of your pellets hit. When it comes to headshots, they have the exact same 2.5x headshot multiplier, so a green one will deal 167 to the head, a blue one will deal 175 to the head, and a purple one will deal 185 to the head. I do want to make a note that none of these can kill a perfect 200 health enemy, but it's more than enough to drop most enemies that you run into with a headshot, and even a 200 health character, you will send them packing. It will absolutely scare them if you headshot them with a tactical shotgun. I just find that people kind of poo-poo on the damage of the tactical shotguns, and they really disrespect the headshot potential because it's definitely there for all but the most shielded of enemies. So when it comes to shots to kill, we're going to do this part very simply today because it's very straightforward. Any pump shotgun, gray or green, will kill in 1 headshot or 3 body shots on a full 200 health enemy. And when it comes to tactical shotguns, the green one will kill in 2 headshots or 4 body shots, but blue or purple is 2 to the head and 3 to the body. And again, all of this is assuming that all of your pellets hit, and of course an enemy with less health you will kill quicker. However, we need to talk about rates of fire because that is extremely important when it comes down to determining your shotgun. A tactical shotgun will fire at 90 rounds per minute. However, a pump shotgun is less than half of that at 42 rounds per minute. So when you want to look at it like that, the tactical shotgun fires more than twice as fast as the pump shotgun. So while the overlap isn't exactly perfect, the general rule of thumb is that in the time somebody can fire 1 pump shotgun shot, you should be able to put 2 tactical shotgun shots downstream. This does affect the damage very greatly. The pump shotgun DPS for gray is 63 and for green is 67. It's less than the base damage just because it fires so incredibly slowly. It's going to fire less than 1 shot per second, so you're going to get less than your base damage per shot per second, which is a little bit goofy to think about. But all of the shotguns have low DPS. They're going to be much lower than the pistols or rifles or anything with big mags that are fully automatic. The tactical shotgun DPS is 100 for green, 105 for blue, and 111 for purple. So once again, tactical shotguns have roughly double the DPS of pump shotguns, which is kind of impressive to me, especially given how much people like the pump shotguns. What this means for your gameplay is that you'll be better off with a tactical shotgun in any extended fight, regardless of what skill level player you are. If you are a potato that can't aim, or if you are ninja playing some pro tournament somewhere, if the fight lasts for more than a couple of seconds, you're going to be better off with a tactical shotgun because you can shoot it more times and put more damage downstream in that same amount of time. However, that doesn't mean pump shotguns are bad. Quite the opposite, actually. Pump shotguns have a tighter spread, both when aimed down sights, when moving, and when jumping, so you have a higher chance of hitting more of your pellets when you do hit the target, and because of that tighter spread, they have a longer effective range. It is much easier to pepper people at range with the pump shotgun than it is with the tactical shotgun. This means that pump shotguns have much better one-shot kill potential, and I don't think that comes as a surprise to any of you that have been playing Fortnite for a long period of time. If you can aim well with a pump shotgun and get headshots, it has astounding one-shot kill, insta-death potential at longer ranges than the tactical shotgun, and I think that's why most pro players and most high-level streamers enjoy this weapon, because of their ability to aim as good as they can. They can start a fight by instantly downing somebody on the enemy team, and that is just very, very effective. However, I do believe it is best to choose a shotgun based on your skill level and fighting style, and not based on what your favorite streamer does. I want to be clear that tactical shotguns deal a very respectable amount of damage and will down most enemies that you run into with one headshot unless they have full health, and that they are easier to use for most players. So choose a tactical shotgun if you're not comfortable with headshots, if you prefer cover and long extended fights, or if you're just okay spamming a lot of shots. That's one thing the tactical can do that the pump can't, is that you can just continually pow, 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 just pump damage down range and shoot at them until they die, and if you miss a shot or two, it's not that big of a deal. The pump shotgun, you have to be much more precise and you can't spam and suppress people with. However, if you are able to get first shot headshots and don't mind high risk reward combat, definitely choose the pump shotgun. If you've got the skill to aim, track, and acquire targets for headshots, especially for your first shot, because you're not likely to get a second or a third, pump shotgun is going to be the best for you because it just insta-kills people. One of the things that I often do is I will take a pump shotgun and a tactical shotgun. So what I'll do is I'll open up the fight by firing first with the pump to go for that instant headshot if I can get it, and then I'll swap to tactical shotgun to continue the rest of the fight, or just kind of as needed. If the enemy's kind of potatoing a bit and they're wandering around and not fighting back, I might sit there and wait and cock the pump shotgun and get ready to go again with it. But anytime I'm in danger, I'm going to swap to that tac and start spamming and putting the damage down range. Finally, I do have a tier list for you. I think the green pump shotgun is going to be the best in the game. The purple tac is a very, very close second, and then another close behind that is the gray pump, then blue tac, and then green tac. And I do want to let you know that between gray pump and blue tac, it's pretty close right there as well. But if I could have my ideal shotgun setup, it's going to be a green pump followed by a purple tac. However, I don't always have that much space in my inventory, so when I need to trade out other items, such as a sniper rifle or meds or bouncy grenades or something else that I'm going to work on, I'm probably going to drop the purple tac in favor of the green pump, just kind of depending on how I'm feeling that day, but I don't want to shame anybody for doing that. For the longest time, I used tactical shotguns, and honest to God, even though I've mastered the pump to an extent, I'm still much more comfortable on the tactical shotguns because they're easier to use, and at the end of the day, it's not about showing how good you are at super hyper-precise weapons, it's about surviving the fight and continuing on. It's about being the last man standing, and honestly, if it's just easier for you to use a tactical shotgun and spam and suppress people into the ground and they're not able to aim and track and compete with that, then that's what you should do because that's going to win you the game. Guys, that's all for this episode of In Depth. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.